Hello, my name is Beth Harrison and I'm from the University of Dayton. I'm going to talk to you about how to complete the learning goals item in the call for proposals. For a head, the purpose of the call for proposals is to invite individuals to share their knowledge, experience, expertise, or research with other participants in the next annual conference in Boston in 2019. For you, the proposal is an opportunity to demonstrate that you have something valuable to share with the head's membership and that you have a plan for how to do that effectively. The learning goals item is what helps reviewers understand your plan.
First, items in the proposal submission form ask for the basic information about the session you're proposing, the preferred session type and length, title, an abstract, and a description of the content of the session you're proposing, and sources for the research or evidence your content will be based on, and that only if you're proposing a research or evidence-based session. The next item asks you to give 2 learning goals for the participants who will attend the session you're proposing, and to describe briefly how you will facilitate your participants' learning in relation to those goals. Notice that there is a limit of 350 characters for each text box, which tells you that you don't have to write a lot, but you do need to be specific.
The learning goals you put into the proposal need to be goals for your attendees. They're not about what you will present. Think of your learning goals in terms of what you want your learners to know and understand, to be able to do, and how you want them to feel differently as a result of their participation in your session. Proposal reviewers will be evaluating the value of what you propose for the AHEAD membership and looking for learning goals that are consistent with your title and description as given in the early parts of the proposal. They will also be looking for your description of how you plan to actively help your participants reach those goals. Let me show you an example using a hypothetical session.
Let's look at some possible learning goals for a session called Addressing Access Issues in the Health Sciences. So here's one possible learning goal for that session. The presenter would like participants to understand the concepts of technical standards and essential components of a course or field placement. And the plan for the session is to define those concepts, give some examples, and ask for other examples and questions. So all of that, as it's written on the slide, is 150 characters without spaces. This goal is about knowledge and comprehension of specific concepts that are central to any discussion of access in a professional program. The presenter plans to engage participants in discussion of these concepts by asking for examples and for questions in order to ensure that participants are actively thinking about the concepts. As a result, participants should leave at the end of the session with a stronger understanding of the concepts and hopefully a new sense of their importance. Here's another possible learning goal for this session. Participants will be able to identify or recognize a variety of access issues in health sciences education today. The plan for the session is to ask the audience, write their responses on a flip chart or in the PowerPoint. In addition, the presenters will show and describe a list of their own experiences. And all of that written as it is on the slide is only 177 characters without spaces. We might call this a skill goal because it's about helping learners to be able to recognize issues. The plan shows that the presenters will not just talk from a list of their own experiences, but that they will ask participants to contribute issues from their contexts. You only need to provide 2 learning goals, but here's another possibility for this session on addressing access issues in the health sciences. Participants will plan a consistent process for examining health sciences access issues at their own institution. And the plan for this is for the presenters to explain the process at their institutions, give participants time to think about their own setting and how they can set up a process, also who needs to be involved. Then the presenters will ask participants to share their thoughts and they'll take questions. That, as written on the slide, is 251 characters without spaces. This is an action goal that asks participants to apply what they've learned, to synthesize and begin to create. You might choose a goal like this if you have a longer time slot that will allow time for participants to work on their own and then report out. The plan provides time for participants to use what they've just learned, which increases the likelihood that they will move forward with it at their home institutions.
If you have any questions as you prepare your proposal and complete the online form, please feel free to contact Carol Funkus at AHEAD. Her email address is carol@ahead.org. Thank you for listening.